Welcome friends to the Do Less Be More channel. I'm Amy and this used to be 3-Minute Thursdays, but I've decided to drop the time restriction and allow the words to flow for as long as they need to. This is going to be less stress for me and hopefully more value for you. So if you have any recommendations for what I should call these videos going forward, let me know in the comments. In light of International Women's Day, this week I wanted to talk about gender equality and why I believe the gender equality agenda is actually lending to the rise of burnout amongst women in the workforce. But before I dive into a topic that will surely ruffle some feminist feathers, if you're new here, please support my little channel by subscribing. It really means a lot to have your support. And you can count on me to release a new video every Thursday to help support you on your journey towards doing less and being more. Now, let's dive into why I think our goal of gender equality in the workforce is actually contributing to the rise of burnout among women. In this global agenda for gender equality, I believe we've been a little misdirected to think that equality between men and women in the workforce only means equal representation and that regardless of gender, pay and opportunity should be the same for the role. And while I don't disagree with non-discriminatory opportunity and compensation, I do think we have, as a society, led ourselves astray from what true equality between man and woman, the masculine and the feminine, actually means. And it's this hyper-focus on equal pay, opportunity, and representation that has distracted us from the bigger picture of equality between the masculine and the feminine. So, I'm going to explain to you what I believe gender equality means from a bigger picture and a slightly spiritual point of view, and what we might want to consider aiming for beyond equal pay in equal roles with equal representation so that we can address the epidemic of burnout, especially of women in the workforce. And just to clarify, I don't entirely disagree with these gender equality aims. Having worked in management, accounting, and finance, and payroll across various industries such as construction, education, hospitality, I have seen and personally experienced my fair share of inequality, and it used to really piss me off seeing how interlaced sexism was when it came to pay and opportunity decisions, especially in managerial roles. I just think there's more to it, especially in consideration of well-being, life satisfaction, and the spiritual evolution of humanity. I believe that true gender equality simply comes down to equal appreciation and acceptance of each gender's innate gifts. It's about placing equal value when those gifts are honored, even though those gifts are very different. If society honored and appreciated the feminine or female traits as much as the masculine or male traits, and we demonstrated that appreciation with tangible measures like salaries and wages, then we would know true equality. Because all the more feminine roles in society would then be paid the same as the more masculine roles in society. Then women wouldn't have to prove themselves by climbing the competitive corporate ladder with a baby at her hip, playing hardball against the men before eventually crashing and burning out. Competition is not the feminine nature. There's no doubt in my mind that women can do it all and do it really freaking well. But should women be doing the same things as men? Should a woman be the man and ignore the woman inside of her to the detriment of her well-being and true happiness? There's a quote from the book God I Am that I believe accurately depicts the essence of what I mean. It says, "If man allowed woman to weave her poetry into his geometry, we would have a tapestry of such beauty as humanity has ever seen." To me, this sentence powerfully demonstrates the importance of embracing the polarities of the two genders and placing equal value on each through respectful union, not competition, and the potential outcome of doing just that. It speaks to valuing the feminine's natural gifts as much as the masculine's gifts, which are polar opposite of each other, and recognizing that both are very necessary and equal parts of the whole. And only when space is made for both to be fully expressed will we collectively realize our greatest potential as a society. Instead of the feminine forcing herself into the masculine role in the name of equality, what if, as a society, we celebrated the very important differences between the feminine and the masculine as of equal value? When both polarities are freely and authentically and fully expressed in celebration of each other, that's when the magic happens. And by magic, I mean no more competition or proving yourself as a woman, no more sacrificing, no more life dissatisfaction, and no more burnout. Because if both polarities are fully expressed and equally valued, then we experience unity. This is the balance of energies, right? This is the balance of male and female. This is true equality. Instead of the female playing the role of the masculine in the name of gender equality, what if the feminine role was simply valued the same as the masculine role? What impact would that have on things like anxiety, depression, and burnout, especially for women in the workforce? I would love to know your thoughts on this. Please share in the comments, give the video a like, and share it with your friends to help us dig deeper into this topic together. I believe through open-hearted and open-minded discussion, we have the potential to experience that beautifully woven tapestry where poetry meets geometry in unity, and we can leave burnout behind.